Perfect for the holidays. All right, well, yesterday was a big day here on the show because we surprised a very deserving Chicagoan, Sharon Hendricks Phillips, with a brand new living room makeover. And back with us today is the interior designer that made it all happen. Please welcome Kevin Grace.
Thank you for coming back with us the next day. We were simply blown away here, and the room looks amazing. But how did you pull that off in 4 days over the weekend?
Well, it was, it was a community of people coming together to make sure that it happened, but it was definitely worth it. And I think the viewers really responded to it as well yesterday. It started off with just having that natural conversation with her about what she really wanted to do in her house and what made her happy. And that's really, when we talk with any client, that's really how you start off. You start off with asking them, what is it that makes you happy? You evaluate the space, which is what we did with Sharon. And then we talked a little bit about color. And boy, did we add some color.
Yes, you did, because she loved that yellow wall. She said she liked yellow and blue. They made her happy.
Yellows, blues, and grays. So we talked a little bit about ocean and that feel of ocean. We didn't want to go so literal. So we really started off with that sort of yellowy gold. And then it just sort of took off from there.
Yeah, and it brightens the room. It makes the room look bigger. We had a lot of viewers that wrote in about the furniture deals that you got.
Yeah, so of course, it's always about, shopping and really paying attention to the dime and the amount of money that we spend. So there's this great place in Bensenville called Interior Express Outlet, which is where we really did most of our big shopping.
That's still right there.
Yes.
It's $23 that you picked up.
Yeah, those are $23. I mean,
that's amazing.
Even the chairs. I mean, everything is in the $100 to $200 range for the most part on some of these great pieces. Like that coffee table. That coffee table was under $200. It was like $150, and it is solid. Trust me, I had to put it together.
Right. What about that chair? Was inexpensive as well.
That chair was a really great price too. I think that chair was $240. Possibly.
You can't beat that.
We have all of the prices and everything listed on the website. So that's kind of where we started off there, and we got some great accessories from Chiasso, which is based out of Chicago, and then Mid-America Tile came in and really knocked it out with the tile for us.
Yeah, it's awesome. We first met you when you were on HGTV Design Star.
Yes, sir.
And now you have your own design company. So do you want to keep doing more of these kind of makeovers for people?
Absolutely. I mean, this is what really just makes it all worth it for me, is being able to have these opportunities to do something like this and then reveal it to the client, especially when we do these weekend makeovers, which are so much fun, and then bring that client in and just see them light up. It's a great feeling for me too. So I love doing it.
Yeah, and Sharon had a great reaction, remember?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And I love the art that you put on the wall too, because you put a picture of her husband who recently passed away.
Absolutely. It's all about taking things and making them a little bit more personal. And all we did we got some great frames donated from IKEA. We took some pictures, blew them up in black and whites, and anybody can do that at their house.
Yeah, because you made a collage. You almost, because that's such a big wall. I always have this debate with my mother, like picture size versus the actual picture versus the wall size. You can create this collage and kind of create one big picture to cover that wall, right?
Absolutely. And there are no rules in my book. There are no rules. Just put it where you feel it's right. Don't spread them out. Bring them together. Start a collage and build off that. Maybe you want to add a flat shelf so that you can put some frames on a shelf and some hang on the wall. But we just kind of started that. And it's a great, easy project that anyone can do. It's a DIY for sure.
Yeah, we tease Val because she has a poster of herself, like 48 by 60 in her office. No, she's with her son, though. She's with Max.
Oh, who doesn't have one of those?
So what about plants? Because, not everybody, like for me, for instance, I'm better with fake plants. They treat me well. No fake plants. But what about people that are not? What about people that are not?
Those without a green thumb, I suggest air plants. They're sort of all the rage right now. Everyone's air plants. So you'll see them in terrariums a lot. They're plants that don't actually sit inside dirt. We have one on the table, on the dining room table. This was provided by Alaposh on Montrose. And
that's cool.
They're very easy to take care of. They don't sit in any sort of dirt. You just take them, you soak them in water for anywhere from 1 to 5 hours every 10 days, and then you just let them dry out and put them right back in place, and you're good for another 10 days.
See, when you said air plants, I thought you just treat them with air, and then you're good. You still have to water them.
They still need a little drink of water, but they're super easy to take care of, and they're very inexpensive. They usually run about $4 or $5, depending on the size, and they're just really cool to look at. They've got great texture.
Kevin, we want to give some tips to our audience about decorating for the holidays.
Sure. Okay. Easy tip would be repurposing like a mantle, for instance. Taking things that you have around the house. I did, like here, you see this picture. We just went around the house. They had extra extra blue and silver balls, and we put them into jars. We took candy, put them into jars, took extra raffia, and just sort of looped it across the front of the fireplace and made a color story with things that they already had around the house. So it was just a barren, blank mantle that we just came through the house, grabbed a few things, and fashioned it up for holidays.
Thank you so much, Kevin. For more on Kevin and his great decorating tips, be sure to visit our website. They are all there. After the